Hey, I'm Nicole Gardner and I'm doing a presentation on myths about ADHD. Only 10 to 15% of 8 million adults have been diagnosed and or treated for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Um, do you have a family history of ADHD? Or what about a family history of chronic depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, or substance abuse? How about behavior problems at school? Are you unable to meet your full potential? What about bedwetting past the age of 5? These are all symptoms of ADHD. Furthermore, are you unable to stay focused? Are you easily distracted? Do you wander during conversation? Are you unable to pay attention to details? Do you forget where you put things? What about the inability to listen carefully? Again, these are symptoms of ADHD. What about impulsivity? Do you tend to act in impulsive ways, interrupt conversations? What about speaking before thinking? Low tolerance for frustration? Are you prone to lying? What about the inability to sit still for long periods of time? Do you go blank during tests? Are you overly sensitive to criticism? Are you yourself overly critical? Again, these are all symptoms of ADHD. Do you have do you have symptoms of restlessness? Do you fidget or doodle? Are you unable to think unless you are in motion? Do you feel anxious and nervous for no reasons? What about disorganized thoughts? Can you plan ahead or do you have problems with planning ahead? What about, do you have trouble with prioritizing? How about clutter or other disorganized ways? Um, these are all symptoms of ADHD. As you can see, there are quite a few. And there are so many more that I did not even mention. But I'm here to talk mostly about myths of ADHD. Um, one of those myths is that ADHD is not a real disorder. Um, this condition, in fact, is recognized by many federal agencies and organizations, and one of those being the U.S. Department of Education. So, in fact, that is a false statement, and ADHD is a real disorder. Um, what about the myth that ADHD is a lack of discipline in the home? That is due to a lack of discipline in the home. This is a false statement. And research shows that strict parenting only exacerbates symptoms of ADHD and is proven to be counterproductive. The last myth that I have here is ADHD is a curse for life. And this is untrue. If properly treated, most children and adults can live productive lives and can cope with their symptoms. So as you can see, there are many myths out there surrounding ADHD, and I did not even touch on all of them. And I got my information from the Everything Health Guide to Adult ADD and ADHD, Expert Advice to Find the Right Diagnosis, Evaluation, and Treatment. And this book was written by Carol Jacobs and Isidore Wendell.